So Dolph, the number one thing was when he signed Jay Fizzle, he signed him because he went in and he got one of the Trula Mafia heads out the way. He instantly took one of them down. So they said that Jay Fizzle only got signed because he was a hitter and Dolph knew about it. Dolph accumulated a lot of money, but the people who was around Dolph, R.I.P. Dolph, at the end of the day, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Dolph, he was recruiting people who face was around in every video, but they weren't around when it went down. When everything hit the fan, this is where everybody saw young Dolph. He hired too many people who was still connected to the bodies of what happened to, you feel me, Yo Gotti people.
Exactly, man. And when Dolph signed the dude that dropped the leader of Trula, Jay, and he brought 15 people in the PRE, but he only knew 3 artists was gonna make it. And this is the reason why a lot of the people that was used to be in PRE, you gotta go back and binge watch everything and to look at the fact that when he made Dumb and Dumber with Key Glock, he was bringing Key Glock with him to everywhere, including his big mansion in LA. And it was all these other artists that's no longer in PRE that was still around, hungry, but Dolph knew at the end of the day that it wasn't going to be everybody that made it. This is the reason why Straight Drop isn't on PRE no more, man. If you really look at the facts of what happened to Straight Drop and Key Glock, it was that he got kicked off of PRE because he wasn't performing. And the reason why that was is because he ended up getting jammed up for that bowling alley he sprayed up. Whoever he got into it with, whoever Straight Drop got into it with, is the reason why he got kicked off of PRE in the first place.
And the reason why people even sit back and they looked at it like, Dolph got hit up in LA too, Beverly Hills. The reason he got hit up in LA and ain't nobody else get hit was because the people around them already ran to the cars. And you gotta understand, you gotta let your boss get in first before you even hop in the car. Y'all gotta understand, Marcus Thorne was right there when everything went down. So you got to really look at the key players in this. I know Marcus Thorne sitting back looking at it like, okay, there's a lot of people who want my brother out the way, but I'm still finna stick around because his beef is my beef. So this made Yo Gotti and them mad. This is why the raid even started. This is why Moneybagg Yo house got hit. This is why Black Youngster, he hiding out because his crib got hit. Y'all got to look at this. His brother got sent up at the gas station for one reason, because he knew for a fact he wasn't supposed to be in that area. It ain't about what you do. It's about how you do it. You can't just be going anywhere and doing anything. It could be anybody on y'all. And like I told y'all in this last video, y'all can go back and watch it. Watch your neighbors, because the main ones in Makita's, they act like he was just cool with them. They act like he was just, you feel me? They just live next door to each other and they never really interacted. He was just coming to spend some money with y'all. This is where all awareness get raised at.
Exactly. And Dolph knew exactly what was going on, man. When the people around him started acting weird and funny, this is why he took off and went on a big tour. The last time that he was in Memphis before this was in July. Why do you think it was such a big gap in that whole entire thing? Because it was a lot going on in Memphis that Dolph knew he did not need to be a part of it all. A lot of people had a lot of fallouts when Dolph wasn't there. When he was doing his thing, everybody in Memphis was on their own. And this caused them to pretty much go against each other. And they tried to do a lot. They was very desperate. They tried to do a lot of stuff, but it didn't work because they ended up all getting caught up, man. When you end up looking at what happens with this whole entire RICO, the thing you got to understand is that the people wasn't thinking. They put themselves in the position to get themselves caught up when the feds came and they saw exactly what was over there at Makita's. They looked at the cookie shop and they quickly boarded it up. This is why overnight everything, they brought the wooden things, they brought the boards, and they made sure that nobody could see what was inside of there. When the forensics team went in there, they got surprised by what the damage was in the bathroom. Remember, they told you that that bathroom got tore up, and that's the reason why they started the GoFundMe in the first place. The GoFundMe money is missing. None of that went to Young Dolph's son, man. If y'all think that the whole entire pot should have went to Young Dolph's son, I want y'all to put that in the comment section and like this video right now, because everybody is rocking with Young Dolph, and we know what the whole entire Memphis is capable of.
And we know one thing that we have to be very cautious of. Have to be cautious of the fact that Maurice Hill was going in and out of the cookie shop. Next thing you know, you see MPD walk straight to the back of the cookie shop with Raven. What is Raven doing that on the scene? Like, she's there, like, and the caution tape is still out there. You got to understand, only witnesses, the bystanders who was in the place, are supposed to come past that tape. And sometimes, in most cases, they make them stand behind the tape and they talk to them by the car. I want everybody to know, Makita Raven footprints is in there, right where the crime scene investigators, they did their little investigation, but you got to understand, it was more things for them to look for in the back. This is why you see the guy turn around and he looked and he like shook his head backwards, because he knew for a fact, like, why ain't no bullet holes in this wall? He looking like, hold on. That's why all of them walk to the back. And I want everybody to look at the fact that we rocking with Dolph. It's Dolph for nothing. I want y'all to throw them ZZZs down in the I want everybody to really pay attention, because it's sad that this had to happen to Dolph. I want y'all to know one thing. The people who was with Dolph, which was the person he trusted, he's not around no more, y'all.
Look at everybody that's parked next to Young Dolph car. Young Dolph has the nicest car on the parking lot. The reason why, when you look to the left and you see Maurice's car there, I want y'all to comment, what is Maurice's car's brand? Exactly. So y'all understand that everybody got to be paying attention to that when you really look at who was hating on Dolph, because it tells you by the cars parked in the parking lot. You had the one to the left that belonged to the owner of Makita's. You had the one to the right, and they said that was the white Ford truck. And who was that? That was the UCs, man. That was the undercovers that was already there. They said that tactical team was waiting in that other shop that was in between the laundromat and the cookie shop. Y'all completely forgot about that. They had access to Young Dolph tax place. The reason why it wasn't open was because it was not tax season yet. And that gave them the perfect cover up to go in there and wait to infiltrate Dolph. They cut off the connection of all lines of communication between Young Dolph and the outside world. And the only way that they was able to set him up was by knowing where his brother Marcus Thornton was at. When he was at Elvis Presley Boulevard and they knew that Dolph was coming down Airways to do that interview, that's when they started to go on the operation, man. They radioed in to everybody, and all 95 members got into the action. This is why every other day, 16 members and 18 members and 11 CMG members end up getting picked up. And the whole thing is a revolving door, because the karma has been building up for all the things that they did.
We have to look at the key facts in this, because nobody's finna play games when it come to Young Dolph. I want y'all to drop them Dolphins down in the comment section if you rockin' with Young Dolph. And everybody know for a fact the Bash Pro Shop hat. You have to look at one thing. They all had on the same hat. Who in Memphis walk around with the Bash Pro Shop hats? You know for a fact that anybody could get them, but who knows about them? The people who was out there dressed up in the sweats. And you have to understand, they had their face covered up with the surgical mask. This one thing that they didn't think was going to come back down on them like a trickle effect. They left all the evidence in the white car. Once they came and collected everything that they needed, they already had, they had the proof. It was beyond reasonable doubt, because in all actual reality, we sat back and saw this go from Young Dolph dissing them, they dissing Young Dolph, Black Youngster pulling up to his block. Y'all know how it went. We know for a fact this is something that we all can really take heed to and really put our eyes on what's really going on, because you don't want to lose nobody that quick like that, because you know for a fact that you can't have nobody around who's a bad apple in the bunch, the crab in the bucket mentality. If you got the nicest car on the lot and you see somebody standing by your car You know for a fact you about to turn around for the simple fact that's just an instinct. You'll get a gut instinct. You look back like, hold on, who was that? Whole time we know for a fact the main people who ran up Govan. Govan was at the scene. They said that Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith started blowing before they even really got up close. While they was right there by the back tail light of Young Dolph car, that's when they started shooting. So I want y'all to know, all this over a female because Young Dolph was hitting Yo Gotti baby mama. That's crazy.
When Govan and Big Jook walked up into the parking lot, they forgot about the fact that they were surrounded by everybody that was actually rocking with PRE. They ain't talked to nobody and they was clicked up with their own people, so they got lost in the connection between the actual Memphisians, man. What y'all gotta understand is that everybody in Memphis that's actually rocking with Dolph rock with each other. And this is why you gotta pay attention to that. When you have a big crowd, a big support team, and everybody got your back, you cannot lose. And anyone that goes against you is basically putting themselves in a bad predicament.
And everybody sit back and look at the way that Jay Fizzle, he was in LA with him. They was all in LA for one reason, because Dolph was trying to see who was gonna be the artist that basically who know how to rap the best. He picked Key Glock. You think that ain't make nobody else mad that he picked Key Glock out of all them artists that ain't even around no more? Y'all gotta really look at one thing. Jay Fizzle know what he did. He went out there and he got down on them people. But at the end of the day, it's R.I.P. Dolph, because whatever Dolph like, we like. I want y'all to drop them 111s in the comment section if you really in tune to the streets. And I want y'all to let me know if you feel that Black Youngster was supposed to catch that bullet before his brother. I want y'all to comment down in the comment section. Black Youngster was supposed to catch it.